So this is the Aulumu Rugged Outdoor Case for the iPhone 17 Pro Max. And I don't trust cases anymore, because not long ago, my iPhone 17 Pro Max got damaged from a low height drop while it was inside one of Apple's own case designs. So ever since that happened, I've been trying to find a rugged case I can actually trust. And then I saw this. When I walked past the Aulumu booth at CES 2026, it didn't look like a normal case brand. Everything looked different, almost futuristic. But here's what I want to know. Is this just another case that looks cool? Or can it actually protect your phone when it matters? Because today, I'm putting this case through real-world drop tests using Apple's own case design guidelines as a reference. So let's start with the most important thing, basic protection. Aulumu says this case meets military standard 810G, which sounds impressive, but here's what that actually means. The phone should survive 26 drops from about 4 feet onto a hard surface across all sides and corners and still remain fully functional. My testing is a little different. Since I'm dropping onto manufactured hardwood floor, which is a softer surface, I increase the height to about 5 to 6 feet, and I go well beyond the standard 26 drops. Now before dropping anything, I did my usual marker and white paper tilt test, and the case passed easily, which makes sense because of the higher front screen lip. Now let's take a look at the drop footage. Alright guys, so today we are testing the Aulumu case. We're going to be doing our standard 30 drop test from a height of about 5 to 6 feet. Then we're going to do an additional 10 drops from pocket height, and then additional 10 drops from about 2 feet high. People often wonder, why do I drop the case so many times? It all started with trying to confirm military grade protection. So in order to try to keep my tests as standard as possible across all different types of cases, I dropped it about 30 times, but then it kind of expanded to 50 now. So normally if a case survives within that first 30 drops, and the phone is still working, then I have high confidence in that case. The 50 and 60 drop tests are really to see how durable the case is after so many drops. So we're going to start with 30 drops first. I'm going to stop after the initial 10 just to show you guys any initial damage, and then we'll move on from there. Forgot to mention, this is actually my personal iPhone, so I can keep doing these tests as long as my iPhone survives, but once it breaks, I might have to take a break from these case tests for a while. So I think we've done 4 so far. Alright, that's 10. So some of the things I'm looking for during that first 10 drops is, of course, to make sure that the phone still works, which it does. Check for any cracks on the screen. There are no cracks. I check to make sure that the case stays on the phone. So often times you'll see some of the corners slipping off after these drop tests. But so far so good. It's still on the phone, which is great. Quick look at the phone. And then just a quick look at the case. You can see some wear already coming up on this corner right here. And we've seen this type of wear before, most recently in the Kadabi cases. We're going to go all the way up to 30. So drop 13, you can see what I talked about. Sometimes the corners of a case will slip off during a fall. So that happened at drop 13. So believe it or not, there are some cases where that doesn't happen all the way up to 50, 60 drops, and that's what I prefer to see. Alright, I lost track. We're just gonna do like 2 more. By the way, if you like seeing these real-world drop tests and want to support the channel, make sure to like the video and subscribe. Also, let me know down in the comments what case you'd like to see me review next. Let's look at the case first. So again, somewhere in the corners, the black color does a good job of hiding it, but definitely shows some impact wear in the corners. Let's look at the phone. So of course this is the most important part. You can see phone screen is all intact. I don't see any new damage at all. So far so good. We're going to do 10 from pocket height. So this is probably more like 3 feet or so. So this is just in case you knock it off of like your coffee table or the side of the bed or something. That's 50. And just to continue keeping the testing as standard as possible, I started doing these desk height drops. This is more like a 4-foot drop, just like if you fell off of your desk or something. Alright, so that's 10. That's a total of about 60 drops, I think. Let's look at the case first and then the phone. So you can see here, this is a completely TPU case. Looks great after all those drops. Very, very minor signs of wear and tear on the corners. But again, the color hides it really well. This is the iPhone 17 Pro Max. This is my personal device. You can see everything works fine. No damage on the screen, no crack. Camera area is fine. That's after 60 drops onto manufactured hardwood floor inside my house. So after dozens of drops from multiple heights, there was no new damage to the iPhone. But that's not the whole story, because protection is only one part of the equation. So now let's take a closer look at the materials and overall build, because this is what you're going to deal with every single day. Right away, the Aulumu Rugged Outdoor Case feels very different from most rugged cases I've tested. It's made entirely of TPU, so it's lightweight, flexible, and really comfortable to hold in the hand. I've actually been using this as in my daily case for about 3 weeks now, and one of the first things I noticed is how easy it is to live with. It slides in and out of your pocket easily, it doesn't add too much bulk, and overall, it just feels good to use every day. Now in terms of protection, there is a raised lip around the screen, but what's interesting is that the corners are raised even higher. So in theory, that should help keep your screen from hitting the ground during a drop. On the outside, the design is definitely one of the standout features. Most cases look pretty flat and boring, but this one has a much more aggressive, almost futuristic look. And honestly, I really like it. It's something different, and it doesn't just look like every other case on the market. The finish is also really solid. It does a great job resisting fingerprints and scratches during normal use, which is something I always look for in a daily case. But it's not perfect. It does pick up lint pretty easily, and because of all the grooves and design details, it can be a little harder to clean compared to simpler cases. Now looking at the overall build, the fit is tight and secure for the most part, but during my drop testing, there was one instance where a corner actually slipped off. It didn't cause any damage to the phone, but it's definitely something I paid attention to. Another thing you'll notice is all the text on the case. You've got the Aulumu logo, but then also things like Made by Aulumu, CPU cooling holes, and Explore Urban Tech and Future Aesthetic. And honestly, I think the case would look a lot cleaner without all of that. Now speaking of those cooling holes, Aulumu says this design helps with heat dissipation, but if you've ever seen a teardown of the iPhone 17 Pro Max, there's already a large heat dissipation plate inside the phone, so it's hard to say how much these holes are actually doing in real-world use. MagSafe strength, on the other hand, is really solid. The connection feels strong and reliable, which is exactly what you want for chargers and accessories. And you also get built-in lanyard holes, which is a nice bonus if you're worried about drops or using your phone one-handed in crowded places. Next, let's look at the buttons, ports, and gestures. Looking at the buttons, all of them have their own labels or unique designs, so it's actually very easy to tell them apart without looking. Now in terms of feel, this is a bit of a mixed experience. The volume up, volume down, and action buttons feel a little soft and mushy. They work, but they don't have that clean, satisfying click you might expect. On the other hand, the power button and the camera button feel much better. They're more tactile, more responsive, and just overall more satisfying to press. So it's a bit inconsistent depending on which button you're using. Now looking at the bottom of the case, you get open cutouts for the charging port, speakers, and microphone. So there's nothing blocking sound, and I didn't notice any issues with volume or clarity. The charging port opening is also large enough to fit all my cables without any problems. But where this case really starts to show its downside is with gestures. Because of the higher front screen lip, I had a lot of issues with swipe gestures, especially from the upper left side of the screen. A lot of times it wouldn't even register, and I'd have to repeat it multiple times just to get it to work. And honestly, this ends up being one of the biggest drawbacks of the case, because while that higher lip does help protect your screen, it also interferes with day-to-day use enough to be noticeable, and at times pretty frustrating. So after 3 weeks of use and multiple drop tests, this case actually surprised me. For around $24, you're getting something that looks unique, feels great in the hand, and most importantly can protect your iPhone through real-world drops. But that swipe gesture issue on the upper left side, that's a big problem, because it's not something you notice once, it's something you deal with every single day. And for me, that's a deal breaker. Now, if protection and price matter more to you than perfect usability, this is still a really solid option. But if you want something that just works without getting in your way, you might want to keep looking. Now, if you want to see a case that I pushed even further, including drops on concrete and asphalt, check out my D-brand tank video right here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.